Let's get started on our backs. So lie down in Shavasana and close the eyes and take up space, letting the arms and the legs just splay away from you. Take a big breath in and a big sigh out, exhaling the air. 2 more breaths like that. Big breath in, feel the belly rise. And exhale. Audible. Another time. And just notice the ground holding you. Feel the weight, the heaviness. Our theme today is from this James Baldwin quote: "The longer I live, the more deeply I learn that love, whether we call it friendship or family or romance, is the work of mirroring and magnifying each other's light." So just place a hand to your heart and a hand to your belly, the heart being the source of your light. And just notice the breath, the body, the quality of the nervous system as we start the practice, and how you can commit for the next 60 minutes to yourself and your body, and know that it'll offer a lot of shapes, and you can modify however you need. You could always come to a child's pose and take a break. Start to reach your arms overhead and reach your toes away from you. Stretch through your fingers, stretch your toes, grow long like you just woke up in the morning. Inhale and exhale. Just feel a little more grounded on the mat, on the earth. One more time, extend through the fingers and the toes, and then reach the right finger and the right toe a little further away from you. Grow long in the right side body. And then reach the left hand and left toe. Again with the right side, reach and grow, and again with the left side. And then start to draw the knees in, bend the knees, gather the hands to the shins, give yourself a hug, a squeeze, and start to rock on the sacrum side to side. And then take the arms out like a T, and just place the left foot down and cross the right ankle over the left thigh. So you're in figure 4. Use the right hand to just manually press the right thigh away from you as the head, neck, and shoulders stay on the mat. Flex both feet and press the left foot into the ground and roll the right ankle around. Shake out the toes a little bit. Keep pressing the right hand into the right thigh and the right thigh back into the hand. And then cross the right leg over the left and take the legs to the left for a little spinal twist. Look to your right. Big inhale and exhale. One more time like that. And then slowly come back up to center. Extend the right heel to the sky, hands behind the thigh, and press, straighten the arm so that your thigh, the weight of your thigh, can just press into your palms. Again, let the head be heavy on the mat. Point the toes and then flex the toes a couple times. Point the toes to the ceiling or the sky and then flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. And then bend the right knee. Draw the thigh into the chest and press the heel back to the sky. So bend the knee. Inhale. Exhale, extend. Twice more like that. Bend, squeeze, compress. Exhale, press it away. One more at the pace of your breath. Inhale. And exhale. And then cross the right ankle over the left thigh again and interlace the hands behind the head. Make that little basket with the hands to support the neck, but keep the elbows wide as you lift head, neck, and shoulders, feeling the core start to work. Bring the left elbow towards the right thigh, little crunch, and then back to neutral. Keep going, crunch left, elbow towards right thigh. For 3, for 2, for 1. Break it apart, shake out the arms, shake out the legs in the sky, kick out like a little dead bug, shaking everything. I guess it's not dead if it's moving. And then one more full body stretch, grow long. Inhale. And exhale, gather the knees. Hug yourself again. Thank your body for all it's capable of. Place the sole of the right foot down. Right knee is bent. Left ankle over right thigh, and use the left hand to kind of coax the left hip open a little further. Right hand can stay on the right hip, or a right hand can go wide, or cactus arm. Just make sure the shoulders are heavy. Breathing here. Maybe roll the left ankle and the toes around. Notice if you're holding tension in the jaw, move the tongue and the jaw around. Soften the brow, maybe flutter the lips. And then cross the left leg all the way over the right and take that shape to the right. If that's too much, you just stack left knee on top of the right, or you can keep the cross of the legs. Turn your head to the left to deepen the spinal twist. And notice if you can stay connected to your breath and this moment, not what's happening before or what's going to happen after this. One more big breath. Come back to center. Keep the left knee bent, right knee bent, figure four shape. Interlace the hands behind the head. Maybe try the other grip, the more awkward, like you're holding someone else's hand to get out of the habits we have. Inhale, lift head, neck, and shoulders. Keep a little space between chin and chest, and then little crunch to the left. Right elbow towards left thigh, and then open it back up. Couple times like that. Keep going. Crunch left to right. Crunch right elbow to the left. For 3. For 2. For 1. Release, shake out the arms, shake out the legs, loosen up the fingers and the toes. Maybe even make fists with your hands and just massage up and down the IT band, the calves, the thighs, manually kind of massaging into the muscles, into the hips. Waking up the limbs, bringing energy to the legs. And then when you are ready, hands behind the thighs, rock and roll, no destination, just massaging the spine, tucking the chin, gathering the momentum, letting it feel good. And if it doesn't feel good, then just be gentle, slow it down or stop. Eventually rocking and rolling to a seated Sukhasana, cross-legged position. Bring the hands behind the hips to sit up a little taller. Lift the chest. And then exhale, sink the roots of both the left and right tailbone down. See if you can sit evenly on left and right side. Inhale, sweep the arms high. With your exhale, flip the palms and lower the hands. Close the eyes, keep going. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, palms come down like they're moving through honey. Feel the resistance on the slow exhale. Keep going with your breath. Let the inhale lead. The arms follow. And then start the exhale and the arms come down, maybe even slower than my cadence. Beautiful. Let's take one more. Next time the arms are lifted, maybe the eyes open, reach a little higher with the right arm and then reach a little higher with the left arm, like you're climbing a rope. Really stretch out of the left side body and the right side body as the hips keep reaching down to the earth to ground you. And then we're gonna get that a little more exaggerated as the left arm reaches up, bend the right elbow into the rib cage, lean a little further, and then switch sides. Keep going with your breath. Finding the length in the torso. One more on each side. Beautiful. And then hands to the knees. Switch which shin is in front. Maybe shake out the legs a little. It's going to feel a little odd to have that other shin in front, but just give it a try. And then hands to the knees and circle your torso, your hips. Get your shoulders involved, like you're stirring your favorite batter or beverage, hot cocoa or lemonade or cupcakes, muffins. Switch directions, stir on the other way. Make sure you're going as wide as you can, as far forward with the torso and the ribs and the hips, far to the right, left, getting the edge of that bowl. And then slow it down and find tabletop. Come to hands and knees. Setting yourself up for tabletop. Spread the fingers wide, like you're giving the mat a high 10. Index fingers facing forward, clawing the mat like you're grabbing a basketball with the finger pads, and the palms can lift a little bit so that the wrists don't take as much weight. You could always come to fists or forearms if you're working with any injuries. Take a slow cow pose. Let the belly release. Inhale, gaze up. And then exaggerate your cat pose. Let the tailbone lead as your chin starts to tuck. Look to your belly button. And then neutral tabletop. Bring your right hand behind the head. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, elbow towards elbow. Inhale, lift and open. 2 more. This time as you lift, extend the right arm to the sky, roll the wrist around, make a fist and roll it out. Let the head be heavy. And then we're going to thread the right arm under the left, palm up, and unthread. Come back out. 2 more. Thread, reach, and unthread. One more time. Thread, unthread. This time, thread the needle all the way through. Right arm under the left, right shoulder, right ear to the ground. Left hand can reach forward or behind the back. Option to play with balance. Extend the left leg, toes to the earth, or even more balance challenge, lift the left heel and hover the toes. One more big breath in. If the left leg is lifted, bring it back down. Press into the left palm. Unravel. Extend your right arm alongside the ear. Extend the left heel back. And then lift the left heel a little higher and lift the right arm a little higher, getting to a back bend. Bring the right hand down, but keep the left heel lifted. So square the shoulders. And then tap the left knee, bend the left knee and tap it behind the right. Re-extend the left heel, lift it higher than the hips. And re-bend and tap. Keep going like that. Extend the left heel back. Tap. Feeling the glutes starting to engage. 2 more times. Bend and kick. Bend and kick. Keep the left leg where it is. Spin the left toes to the left. Slide the right shin to the right. We're transitioning to a side plank variation. So right palm is going to stay as the base. Left hand to the left hip. Turn the left hip so your hips are stacked. And then extend your left arm so your shoulders are stacked. Inhale here. Exhale, extend the left toes behind you and reach the left arm above you. Maybe the toes tap. Inhale, lift back up. 2 more like that. Lower, extend and lengthen, and lift. 1 more. This time as you lift, bend the left knee, reach the left hand back, Keeping your balance as best you can. Reach back for either just the twist, maybe you grab the bind, the deep back bend. You could also use a block, or sorry, a strap or a blanket or a towel or a scarf to grab your foot or ankle. But you're going to get the same stretch just reaching in that direction. If you have the grip, kick your foot into your hand and your hand into your foot. One more breath. Left hand to left hip, re-extend the left leg, then bend the left knee and start to bring the left hand down, circle the left knee around. The long sequence on this side, big hip circles on the left side. Draw the left knee to the left elbow, plant the sole of the foot down, so your left knee is angled out and your left hand to your left thigh. Just press the left thigh open, again, getting into the hips. Let the head be heavy. Shake it a little yes, shake it a little no. One more breath here. And then left hand down, left knee down, knees, shins, ankles together, hips to heels, forehead to the mat. Slide the arms back by the shins, palms up, forearms down. Forehead and forearms down, embryo pose. Just let the shoulders release, let the belly connect with the thighs. Come back to your breath, come back to your purpose, your intention for this practice, maybe the one I offered or your own. Two more breaths. As you're ready, start to roll yourself back up, extend the arms forward. Finding tabletop, tuck your toes, lift the hips high, downward facing dog. Stretch the heels back, shake the head yes and no, pedal the feet out. Just walking your dog before we go to the second side. And the hands be about shoulder width distance, feet about hip width distance. You can also play with taking them wider if that feels better. Everybody generously bend both knees, get the hips higher to the sky, and then start to reach the heels back as the legs lengthen. Inhale, shift, roll forward to plank, shoulders over the wrists, and gently take the knees to the earth. Step back up for tabletop. Let's take a cow pose, belly release, inhale, gaze up. And a cat pose, press into the toenails, press into the finger pads, round and dome the back. And then neutral tabletop, left hand behind the head, then the elbow. Inhale, open the chest to the left, elbow reaches to the ceiling. Left elbow comes towards the right. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Two more. Next time you open up, extend the left arm high. Make a fist and roll the wrist around, shake out the fingers. Then start to thread the left arm under the right armpit. Reach away from you. Inhale, lift it back high. Two more times, threading and unthreading. The next time you thread your left arm through, let the left ear come to the earth. Any variation with the right hand and the right toes. Extend the leg. If your right leg is bent, rebend, or straight, rebend the right knee and bring it down. Press into the right hand, lift your left arm to the sky, and then extend the left arm forward alongside the ear. Reach the right heel back. Draw the belly button to spine. Make sure your core is working to support your lower back. Lift the left arm a little higher, lift the right leg a little. Taking that back bend. Then bring the left palm down. Feel the support of both hands grounded again. Lift the right heel and then bend the right knee and tap it behind the left. Kick the right leg high. Keep going. Bend the right knee and extend. Moving with your breath. Find your cadence. The next time you have your right leg lifted, keep it there. Start to spin the left shin, the left ankle towards the left to support your balance. Start to roll your hips to the right, so your right toes will spin to the right. Left hand is the base. Right hand comes to the hip to transition. Stack the hips and then extend as the shoulders stack. Side plank variation. Extend the right arm over the ear and let the right toes tap the earth. And then inhale, lift back up. Twice more, extend and lift. One more. This time as you lift, bend the right knee, heel towards glute. Stay here or reach the right hand back for the bind or your variation of the bind. Totally normal for one side to be more challenging to balance or to feel the space, to feel more flexible or tighter or more open. With control, release the right leg. Bring the right hand down, bend the right knee and circle out the right hip. Then start to draw your right knee towards the right elbow and then turn the knee up so the sole of the foot can plant. The right toes are facing out wide. Left hand stays down, right hand to the inner right thigh. Just press it open. Head can release here. You could be still, or you could just move and find the space. One more breath. And then bring the right hand down, right knee down, knees wide, toes together, child's pose, hips to heels, third eye to the earth. Let the eyes close. You could keep the forehead still, or you could rock a little side to side with the hips, massaging the forehead. Just letting the belly release after the core had to work to stabilize and support you. Find a couple of breaths of stillness. As you're ready, crawl the fingers forward, lift the forearms, the elbows off the earth so that the arms are engaged, and crawl the fingers to the left. Left and right hand, reach left. Breathing from the right hip crease all the way to the right pinky finger, big inhale. Exhale. Crawl those, spider crawl the fingers through center over to the right. Breathe through the left side body. Big breath in. And release it out. Crawl back to center. And then draw your chest all the way through, keeping the forearms down all the way through. Let's find Sphinx pose. Reach the toes behind you, draw the chest forward, broaden across the collarbones. Arms are like the number 11. Inhale here. Exhale, release the forehead down, shake out the hips. side to side. And then tent your fingertips, elbows wide, hands are off the mat. Inhale, lift the heart. Inhale for your cobra and exhale. Keep the length in your spine as you lower back to the earth. Bend the knees and shake the hips side to side. Then re-extend the legs. Press the palms by your chest. Tuck your toes. Choose how you want to get to down dog. It could be through a push-up, through child's pose, through tabletop. Hips high, downward facing dog. So second time we've been here this practice, maybe second one of the day for you. Just start to shake the legs a little bit, maybe lift the heels and lower the heels, fast or slow, giving a little bounce. Start to bend the knees, and if you want, you could take little tiny hops, just leaving the mat 1 inch or 2 or 3 inches off the earth, landing as softly as you can, building up the energy, waking up the body. And after a couple more times, slow it down and find your still downward facing dog. Big breath in, big breath out. Look at the toes and walk the hands to the feet, forward fold at the back of your space. Halfway lift, hands to the shins or thighs, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Again, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold one more time. With the inhale, crown of head reaches forward. Hands to the hips, bend the knees slightly and stand up, press to the heels, rise up. Relax the shoulders down, palms forward. Close the eyes just for a moment. Feel your body in space, stacking head over shoulders, over hips, knees, ankles. Maybe float your head back a little bit. Imagine there's a balloon floating to the sky from your head, pulling the vertebra a little bit taller, creating a little space between each vertebra. With the eyes closed, spread the fingers wide and see if you can just lift the left foot, ground through the right toes really firmly. Lift the left toes just an inch off the mat. If you fall, that's okay. Just notice what has to change to help you balance. And then set the left foot down. Open the eyes, just shake it off. We'll try the other side. So maybe find a drishti point, something that's not moving, and then close the eyes and keep that point in your mind, even with the eyes closed. Firm through the left toes, spread through all 4 corners of the left foot. Lift the right foot just an inch off the ground, just notice. Set the right foot down, open both eyes, inhale, rise with the fingers, exhale, fold, hinge over the hips. Halfway lift, find the length. Crawl yourself back to plank, upward push-up position. And either knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, lowering 90 degrees, keeping the elbows close to the rib cage, cobra or upward facing dog for your back bend. Downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the right leg high and bend the knee, open it up, shake out the right leg, ankle, hip. Re-extend the right leg high. And then draw the right knee forward. Exhale, 3-legged dog. Keeping the right leg straight this time, open up the hip just like we did, but don't bend the knee. Just move that right leg around in some circles. Shake out the toes, the ankle, but keep the right leg straight. Then re-extend the right leg. Draw the right knee forward this time, set it down between the hands. Maybe heel toe it further forward or further to the right. Left knee down, low lunge, sweep the arms high. Interlace the hands behind the head, lean back, open the heart, elbows wide. Inhale, lift the chest, shoulders over the hips, reach the arms to the sky, and then interlace Grab onto opposite elbows, bringing the face and lean towards the right. Inhale, rise back up. Hands down and frame the right foot. Shift the weight back as the right leg starts to straighten. Right toes lift. Hands could be on blocks, on the floor. Flex the right toes away from you. Spread the toes. As the foot flexes, feel the engagement in the whole right leg in your half splits. And then rebend the right knee. Set the right foot down. Lift the left knee and launch up into your standing splits. Left heel lifted. Slowly lower and tap the left toes. Then lift them back up. Feel the glutes engaged. 2 more. Lower and tap. Inhale, lift. 1 more. Tap and lift. And then cross the left foot behind the right for a forward fold variation. Stay here in your forward fold. Maybe walk the hands a little to the right. And then walk the hands to center. Set your feet back to about hip width distance. And then heel to your feet as wide as the mat. Bring the heels in and the toes out. And sit down into your squat. Press the palms, elbows into the inner thighs. Lift the chest, lift the heart. Lengthen the spine here. Inhale. See if you can keep this connection with the elbows into the thighs. Maybe you need a space between the hands and roll onto your back. Keep the connection, keep the connection. Press the palms forward. Keep the elbows, head and neck are lifted. Space between chin and chest. Flex the fingers, flex the toes. You're doing your crow pose on your back. And then release the legs, hands behind the head. Take some bicycle crunches, side to side. You could keep the knees bent, or if you want to take straight leg bicycles, you can. A little bit of core work. And release. Let it go. Feet down as wide as the mat. Either knees knock together or take some windshield wipers to release the lower back. And then everybody bring the soles of the feet together and the knees wide. Butterfly pose. Hand to belly, hand to heart. Let the eyes close. One more big breath. Exhale, release. Hands to the outer thigh. Close the legs like a book. Draw the knees to the chest. Take your time. Use the next 6 or 7 breaths to make your way to down dog. You could just roll to fetal position and press yourself back. You could start to rock and roll. You can take a rock and roll vinyasa. Just honor your energy in this moment and choose what you need to make yourself in the downward facing dog shape, or to just stay in child's pose if that's what you need, a little bit of rest. No rush to get there. When you reach down dog, take a full breath out. Full breath in. And exhale again. When you're ready, inhale, left leg lifts, bend the knee, open up the hip, move it around, shake out the left side. Keep squaring the shoulders, plugging through left and right hand. Re-extend the left heel high. Left knee towards the nose, pull forward. Exhale, 3-legged dog, left heel high. Same thing, but left leg is straight. So lift the left hip, open it up, the left leg long. Maybe some circles in the hip or the toes, the ankle. Then re-extend the left leg straight. Draw the left knee towards the nose and quietly step it through. You could always heel toe it further forward or further to the left for a longer, wider stance. Right knee down, make sure it feels supported. Rise up, low lunge. Arms frame the ears. Interlace the hands behind the head. Try the less habitual grip. Lean the heart up and back, elbows wide. Inhale, lift the chest. Extend the arms and then grab for opposite elbows. Inhale with length, then lean a little to the left. It can be a subtle movement to stretch the right side body. Inhale, rise up. Hands frame the left foot. Start to straighten the left leg. Left toes lift, shift the weight back. Hands on blocks, on the hips, on the floor, spider fingers. Press the ball of the left foot away from you and the toes back towards your shin. Let the head release. Couple big breaths into the hamstring stretch. And when you're ready, re-bend the left knee, set the left foot down. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, walk your hands forward. Lift the right heel off the earth. You're balancing on the left foot, standing splits or L shape. Slowly, with the right leg straight, tap the right toes to the ground. And then lift the right heel back up. 2 more times like a lever. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. And then slide the right leg behind the left. So the outer edge of the feet line up. Fold forward. Put a little more weight into the toes. Walk your hands to the left. Walk your hands to center. Walk your feet about hip width distance. Take a half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Root to rise to standing. Sweep the arms over the head. Press the palms together and pull them to your heart center. Stand tall. Reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, lengthen. Plant the palms, step or quietly hop back with bent elbows. Go through your flow of choice or skip it and meet in down dog. From downward facing dog, right leg high. Step the right foot forward, high lunge. Right knee over ankle, lift the left thigh. Relax the shoulders down the back and spread through the fingertips. And then let's peel it open to warrior two. So left heel down, right arm forward, left arm back. Widen and deepen your stance. Staying here, isometric hold, shoulders over the hips. Spread the fingers, get a little lower. Stay with it. Press the outer edge of the left foot. One more breath, inhale. And exhale. Lift the right palm, reach forward and reverse. Left hand down, left leg, reach the right arm up. Stay in the lunge. And then straighten the right leg, feel the release. Can you lean back a little more in your reverse triangle? Pressing through the heels, inhale. Exhale, rise back up, warrior two. Rebend the right knee, arms wide. Straighten the right leg and sweep the arms up. Like we did from seated in the warm-up, exhale, flip the palms, slowly bring the hands down as the right knee bends, warrior two. Fly your warrior, inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Keep going with this dynamic posture, or just stay and hold one pose or the other. 2 more breaths. Next time you're lifted, reach the arms up. Bring the hands to the hips. Spin the heels in and the toes out, and then parallel the feet. Reach the arms away from you for star pose. Bring the hands to the heart and bend the left knee. Get a little deeper. So pulse into the left side. And then you can stay here. We're going to add the star. So pulse into the left knee and then open up, straighten the left leg, star. Bend and pulse. Open a star. Keep going. Feel the expansion, the growth. If you'd like to add on, the next time you bend into the left knee and float up, you'll lift the left foot off. So you might have a shorter stance. Make sure you're landing softly. Just get a tiny bit of air. Lift the left leg into your balancing star. Maybe 1 or 2 more. And land. Heels in, toes out, goddess squat, hands to the heart. Bend the knees. Get a little lower. Reach the arms up. And then like we did in the warm-up, draw the right elbow to the right ribcage, lift out of the left side. Switch sides. Left elbow bends, reach. 1 more to each side. And then press into the heels, star pose, bump the hips out, shake that out. And cartwheel the hands to the top of your space. Step the right foot back. Vinyasa or skip it. Reset with the breath in down dog. And let's take the left heel high. Step into high lunge. Step all the way to the top of your mat. Give yourself space. And then stack shoulders and hips. Bend the left knee a little deeper. Lift the right thigh. Inhale, grow long. Exhale, warrior two. Right heel spins down. Arms open up. You know we're going to hold it, so set up your foundation. Check the feet, ankles, knees, hips, shoulders. Get a little lower. Soften the fingers, soften the face. You can always make the choice to come out and come back in. Just make it an intentional choice. Stay with it if you can. 2 more breaths. One more inhale. Exhale. Flip the left palm. Stay in the lunge. Reach forward and reverse your warrior. Up and back. And then straighten the left leg and feel that release. Reverse your triangle. One more big breath in. Press through the heels. Come back to warrior two. Shoulders over the hips. And then we'll do the flying warrior. So flip the palms on your inhale slowly like you're moving through honey. Rise and exhale. Just realizing how much my head is cut off for you all. It's okay. Inhale, lift. Exhale, slowly bend, get deeper into the pose. Keep going with this dynamic Slow or stay and hold. Move with your breath. Breath in and out the nose. Slow the inhales, slow the exhales. Let's take one or two more. Next time you're lifted, keep the arms high. Turn the heels in and the toes out. And then hands to the hips and parallel the feet. And then bend into your right knee. Hands come to the heart. Get a little deeper. Pulse into that right knee. Left leg is straight. Right knee is pulsing. Now you can add the star. So pulse to the right and then open and expand. Keep going. Pulse to the right and open. Stay like this, or if you'd like to add a little more balance, lift the right leg and land softly. Lift and fly. Gentle on the landing. Soar your arms away. A few more times. And the next time you land, just stay landed. 2 feet on the mat. Star pose. Heels in and toes out a tiny bit. Press the palms to your heart. Bend the knees. Goddess squat. Lift the right heel and lower it. Lift the left heel. Lower it. Lift both heels and lower them. Get a little lower. Straighten the legs, hands to the hips, parallel the feet. Interlace the hands behind your back, make one big fist, open the chest, and fold forward. You can release the grip and grab the floor like a child, or like down dog, reaching forward, reaching for the legs. Lots of options for the arms. You choose what you want to do in this wide-legged forward fold. You could interlace the hands to opposite elbows and sway. Just let the head be heavy. And see if you can be a little lighter in the heels, putting a little more weight into the toes so that the hips begin to stack over the ankles. Staying here for about 8 cycles of breath. Take 2 more full breaths. And then walk the hands under the chest. Take a halfway lift to lengthen. Curl your hands to the left. Turn your toes forward. Step the left foot back, Vinyasa, or skip it. Make your way to down dog. Downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Look to your hands. Bend your knees and walk or softly hop feet outside the hands for squat. Malasana. We've been here before. Heels in, toes out. Palms to heart. Press into the heels. Rise to stand. I'll turn just so that you can see me a little better. From standing, inhale, reach the arms up and draw your left knee to your chest. And then plant the left foot down really strong. Spread through the toes like your roots are beneath you. Close the eyes and just lift the right foot just a tiny bit. Then open the eyes and lift the right knee all the way up. Take it out wide and find tree pose. Your foot could be on your ankle or your thigh. Your hands could be at your hearts or cactus or full branches. Could be a prayer hand behind the chest, behind the heart. Your choice. Just press the foot into the leg and the leg back into the foot and stand a little taller. Remember how hard it was to balance with the eyes closed earlier? If you want to challenge yourself, once you find your balance, you can close the eyes. You fall out, come back in, 2 more breaths. Then choose to land softly, right foot to the earth. Shake that out. We have 1 more side. Last standing balancing, and then we're on the mat again. So first, just lift the right foot, right knee lifts, and then stamp the right foot to the earth. Spread the toes wide and lift the left knee. Use the hand or not to find your tree pose, setting up like a little kickstand. Toes can stay on the earth. Doesn't have to exactly mirror the other side. Could be the same arm variation or a new arm variation. Draw the right hip in. If you want to challenge yourself, close the eyes. Beautiful focus. 2 more breaths. Make the choice to come out intentionally and slowly, left foot to the earth, and just kind of windshield wiper the body, sway a little bit side to side, shake out the limbs, and make your way to the top of your space again. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, fold over the body. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step or hop back for your final vinyasa or your final downward facing dog. And then slide the right shin forward for half pigeon. You could also take pigeon on the back, figure 4, like we started the practice. If you're taking this upright pigeon, lift the chest, lift the heart, and fold into sleeping pigeon. If you're on the back, instead of keeping the sole of the foot on the ground, you could also lift the foot for a little deeper posture. Just let the mind quiet. In these more slower poses, it's easier for the mind to drift. So come back to your breath. One more breath. Begin to press out of the hand. Put all the weight into the right hip. Slide the left shin forward. So make your way to like tree pose on the ground. So you're seated with the left leg long and the right knee bent. And then just fold over your long left leg. Let the head be heavy. One more inhale to lift and lengthen, and exhale to fold. And roll back up out of that. Reach your right hand outside the right hips. Press the palm onto the earth. You're gonna lift the hips forward. Keep the left leg straight. Lift the left arm over the ear. So you're on your right shin, rock star pose. Big heart opener. Inhale. And when you're ready, exhale, bring the hips down. And switch sides. So left shin can come forward, right shin can come back for half pigeon. Or you could take figure 4 on the back. Lift the heart, and with a long spine, begin to fold into sleeping pigeon using pillows or hands or blocks to support you. Take another full breath in and let it out. And begin to press up out of that. Let the weight come to your left hip. Slide the right leg forward. Bending the left knee and just fold over your long right leg. One more breath to inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward a little more. Roll yourself up. Left hand plants outside the left hip. Reach the right arm over the ear. And then lift your hips forward. Your left knee is taking some of the weight. Inhale. Exhale, hips back to the earth. Bend the right knee for butterfly. Grab onto your ankles or your feet, lift the heart. See if you can keep this shape as you roll back to butterfly in the sky, reclined Baddha Konasana. Knees wide, hands around the feet, head, neck, and shoulders to the earth. And then break it open for happy baby. Hands stay pressing on the feet, feet press to the sky. Hands can be on the outer ankles or the soles of the feet. Roll on your sacrum a little bit. And you can choose to let this be the last pose of your practice. And just move around, fluttering the lips or audibly exhaling. Or take one last back bend of bridge pose, bend the knees and put the soles of the feet down. Reach your hands towards your heels, press the palms, inhale, lift the hips. Imagine you're squeezing a block between the thighs. Maybe you roll one shoulder and the other shoulder under to interlace the fists again. Lift the heart, lift the thighs, lift the hips. One more big breath. Start to take the shoulders out as you untangle the fingers and tuck the tailbone one vertebra at a time, laying your back onto the earth. Draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. If you're in happy baby, give yourself a hug now. Bring your forehead to your knees. Squeeze it all in. Take a big inhale. And exhale. Corpse pose. Take up space. Extend the limbs away from you. And just on your next exhale, just arrive in this restorative posture, where I'll give you about 4 to 5 minutes of total rest, silence, and stillness, and I will guide you out when it's time.
Sufjan Stevens said, I know relationships can be very difficult sometimes, but it's always worth it to put in the extra work and care for the ones you love, especially the beautiful ones who are few and far between. If you happen to find that kind of love, hold it close, hold it tight, save it, tend to it, and give it everything you've got, especially in times of trouble. Be kind, be strong, be patient, be forgiving, be vigorous, be wise, and be yourself. Live every day as if it is our last with fullness and grace, with reverence and love, with gratitude and joy. Take a deep breath in and a slow breath out. And make a choice on how you want to move or stay still. You can always stay in Shavasana as long as you wish. If you're ready to reawaken, maybe wiggle the fingers or the toes or some larger limbs of the body and start to find your way to the fetal position. And just pause for a breath. And eventually, you can press yourself up and find a comfortable seat where we'll close with a communal breath. So sitting up tall, placing the hands where they resonate for you. And take a big breath in and out. And one more together, breathe in and let it go. Beautiful practice. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, drink some water. It wasn't easy.